Monday morning, folks. Hope you're doing well. It's Monday. I hope you guys could hear me. Uh, Doing better than I was Friday. Friday, we had some technical difficulties. And what were they? I was broke. I'm still broke. Um, Friday, what happened to the live stream is I ran out of time on my phone. I do those prepaid stuff and ran a little short for the day. I didn't realize that my phone was off until I tried to do the live stream. And so as soon as it disconnected from my house internet, like it does when I'm driving away, it shut off the internet, and I didn't have no mobile internet, so just had my background playing. So I apologize, but it's Monday morning, and today's topic is the rich eating mermaids. Yeah, you heard me. It's the rich eating mermaids. And we'll get to that in a minute, since some people start pouring in. It's not horribly cold at the moment. Right now, my car is saying 27 degrees. Not exactly warm, but not as cold as it's been. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be a pleasant week here in our area. So it's spring forward over the weekend. We lost an hour of sleep. So this time Friday, it was only 2:34. That sucks. I wonder if that plays a role in ghost hunting. Figure out on investigation, would that make a difference or not? Good morning, Leafa. Hope you're doing well. Me, I'm wondering why I'm doing up this early. Well, no, I'm not wondering. I know what I'm doing up. I didn't hit the Powerball. So off to work I go. Every once in a blue moon, I'll drop $2 in, or sometimes even $4 if I'm feeling really rich, into the Powerball in hopes that I can win. Hopefully you're not dreaming this. Hopefully your dreams are better than this. So this topic's kind of open for you guys to tell me what your thoughts are. Over the weekend, I was scrolling through TikTok, and sorry guys, I gotta turn the heat on for a few minutes. But I was scrolling through TikTok and started seeing videos of people talking about this person gets a regular Joe, Jane, like us, been working for a very rich person, decided that, you know, the Hollywood elites, I believe, but that might be just me adding to it. So take that information with a grain of salt. I guess this person endeared herself, I guess it's a woman, endeared herself to her employer, and so they invited this worker to a fancy to do dinner. And so they knew that they were big into fishing and such. that might be what the worker did, was help catch different, fish and such. I think that's ringing a bell in my mind. Is the worker was a fisher person. Anyways, so gets invited to this party, and they are at the dinner table, a pretty big table, and seeing all the normal stuff you see at a fancy party. And in the middle of the table, there was this silver platter with a cover that's about 5 to 6 feet long. And the party's going on. Everybody's having a good time, but this big silver dish in the middle of the table is getting the person's curiosity, thinking maybe it's an exotic shark or something, and thank you for the thumbs up. So, and if everybody else could give me a thumbs up, that'd be awesome. Or a like. So anyways, but they're thinking along the lines of sharks and such, maybe another kind of less accessible aquatic life. And so it gets to the point where finally they take the lid off of this dish, and according to this person, it looked what she could only describe as a mermaid. It has. The initial shock of it was like, what the heck am I looking at? And they sat there for a couple minutes as they're carving into this and starting to pass out the dishes and such, and whatnot. Sorry, I'm thinking I need coffee. Coffee. So after several minutes pass, they kind of got their bearings to them. They got up and ran out of the room, and I guess the place is pretty big, so they lost their bearings on where they're at. They haven't ever been to this place before, so they really didn't know where to go. And I guess they ended up in a room with a big tank with a lot of these mermaid type creatures in it. And so they seemed like they knew what was kind of, look in their eyes kind of gave them the impression that they might have some idea that there was some intelligent life behind these beings that were in these fish tanks. So I don't know, guys, what do you think? Do you think, one, the story has any validity? Because it's going all over TikTok. I don't know if it's been on YouTube yet or Facebook, but it's going all over TikTok. Do you think it's just a good tale? Do you think there's any facts behind it? Good morning, son. Of the video. So they believe this person is saying that they were at the party where the main dish was the mermaid for the rich to eat. Now, there's a few holes to the story. One, how many rich people that hobnob with the Hollywood elites and such really invites their workers to be at a dinner party? Excuse me, sorry. And I don't mean throwing them a party to thank them for working there, but just invite them for a soiree of the rich. Two, there's never been any physical proof of mermaids. So yeah, and then a couple little things after that. Now, mermaids, the story of mermaids have been around forever. I do mean forever. Anywhere back in the day that there was lakes and such, there you could almost guarantee oceans. You could almost guarantee that there's a mermaid tale somewhere in that. Some people say that since there's so much records of people talking about it in the early days, that at one point that had to be true, that there was mermaids. Now there's a interesting group of dolphins that, and I wish I remembered the location, but I didn't know that I was going to be talking about these dolphins. But anyways, it's very funny that these dolphins work with humans very, very, very well, very cohesive on pushing fish to shore. Humans will gather them up and they would share the bounty with the dolphins. And they showed people, and there's records of this, where they took them like drawings on caves or something. Or somehow there was recordings back in these particular tribes' history where they brought up and showed them working with the dolphins on how to do this back almost since the dawn of man, almost, for a long time anyway. So, and they said nobody showed us how to do it. We just look at this. We didn't train the dolphins to help us with this. But it wasn't just their ancestors, though. It was mermaids in these drawings and such. So there's been mermaid stories forever, and they're not always nice to work with humans either. There's a lot of stories of mermaids being very vicious and evil towards people. So that leads us to question: is there different tribes of mermaids, or is there just one big happy family, cities and such? Which I would have to tend, if there is such a thing as mermaids, that there's different tribes, different select. Are they the same thing as sirens? That actually popped in my mind this morning. If the two are related, but the difference is, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, sirens do have part fish body, don't they? Scaly and such. At least I think that's what I remember. I should have looked into what I remembered of sirens. I think I've seen it both ways, where they had a lower scaly part and aquatic like, as well as more human like. So, but yeah, that very question popped in my mind: is mermaids and sirens closely related, or two separate cryptids? So funny that you brought that up. I forgot about that. I was going to ask that. Monday morning after daylight savings time. Yeah, it's a rough morning. But so yeah, they're not all pretty as Little Mermaid that Disney put out there, or or the woman from the movie Splash. If you haven't watched Splash with Tom Hanks, I recommend it. It's a little cheesy now, graphics and such being better, but it was a good movie. So, what do you guys think? Mermaid's real? They said, I can't remember which show it was. History Channel, Travel Channel. I want to say the Travel Channel did a special where they talked about mermaids. This was like 2018. They did a mermaid where they were showing all the things of mermaids and the history and such. And they showed the video of these younger boys on the beach and got a video of a mermaid from a distance. It looked pretty cool, but it definitely kind of looked CGI, computer graphic. Well, you guys know what CGI is. And looked pretty cool. But the main thing was they said that they had pretty hard proof that mermaids were real. And at the end of the show, the big reveal was these explorers. Oh, well, another thing they showed before I tell that is the oil rigs out in the middle of the oceans have cameras along the pillars underneath water, and it showed something mermaid like swimming past their cameras pretty quick. And they were able to slow it down, and it looked pretty mermaid like what we would describe. And then the guys that were like, I want to say they were pretty much the deepest that we could achieve in submarines. And they kept hearing noises and such, I guess, and started seeing things out of the corner of their eyes. And then just before the video cuts off, of course, they pan the camera to the front of the sub to where they can look out the windows, and all of a sudden it looks like a webbed hand gets put on the window. I don't want to say windshield because there's no wind underwater, but to make it so what people realize what I'm saying is they put the webbed hand on the windshield of the sub, the viewing window, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. And so pretty cool, pretty realistic, but once again, do you believe in it, or do you think that it's all computer generated? But then again, being a big channel like that, being History Channel or Travel Channel, you would think that they would have fact checked that and make it more plausible. But so yeah, that's my little bit of blurbs on mermaids. There's way more than what I said, but I don't have the couple hours to really deep dive into it. That's for sure. But yeah, all over TikTok though, they're talking about the rich eating mermaids. Wonder what it would taste like. Do you think it would taste like human, or do you think it would taste very fishy? But and so I was scrolling through, and I swear to God, every third video was about this, and it's like, really? I have a hard time believing that was the case because, like I said, too many inconsistencies with it. Though I read in the comments on one of the videos, I decided to read the comments, which is always fun. And somebody in the comments said that the original video that the person was referring to about this story was not the original poster, and the original poster goes into a lot of details and such. So maybe I just never caught the right video to get a better feeling for it. But I don't know, guys. What do you think? Mermaids real? If you eat only the upper half, would you be considered cannibal? No, I don't think you would, because they're not considered human. They have human-like features, but they nobody's ever said they were human. I guess the closest you could say is they were humanoids, maybe, and that would make it kind of cannibalistic. But most people believe they're a different class. So I would have to say no. But morally, how would you feel about it? Would you feel like you're eating a person? Or would you feel like, wow, even though it looks like it, that's not the case? Mermaid YouTube video said mermaids were the woman who mated with fallen angels, God's punishment. Very true. If you are a religious person, or even if you're not, I mean, it does bring an interesting point, but you would have more faith in the fact that there is mermaids and it was punishment for sleeping with fallen angels. It's funny how religion gets put into everything. What's even funnier to me is how I also call it Sirens. So I guess that kind of answers your question, Matt. But it's funny how we in the paranormal field are told that the Bible doesn't talk about such things and whatnot. But look, there's reference in there for mermaids and such in the Bible. The other thing that I like to bring up about the Bible is it talks about zombies. Zombie. The Bible says zombies are real. On that note, I am almost to the store to grab my coffee and my breakfast. Since I didn't win the Powerball this weekend, lucky me, I get to work another day. Poor bunny in the road. So I hope you guys have had a wonderful day. Drop your comments below about if you believe mermaids are real or not. I think at one point they were real. I don't think they are any longer. I knew you'd say that, Lee, but gas in Warren, Pennsylvania is $3.55 a gallon. Where's gas? What the gas prices where you're at? What's the gas price in your location? But time for me to get some coffee. I appreciate everybody stopping in. I got to figure out a topic to talk about tomorrow. Leave a comment on what you believe. Are mermaids real? Do they talk about zombies in the Bible? Let me know. As always, friends and family, stay spooky.
Well, hey everybody, thanks for stopping down and appreciate the visit. Now get the hell off of my porch. We'll see you the next time. Come on back.